considered to be hard water. A recent test in Medina showed a hard water level of 26.1. Apple Valley had a 21.4 score, and Brooklyn Park 37.6. Your countertops, appliances, shower glass, your clothes, skin, and hair take a beating from hard water. And we haven't even discussed the possibility of high chlorine levels. Do you get your water from a well? Does it taste or smell bad? Could it contain bacteria, iron, or worse? Find out what's in your water and what you can do to improve the quality of your water with a free, accurate, and trustworthy Pentair digital water test. The Pentair pros will discover what's in your water, and with their mobile showroom, they'll show you a lot improving your water quality. Call for your free digital Pentair water test today. 612-Pentair.com/MSP.
Bradshaw and Bryant, seeking justice for the injured. Online at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Chalupa Cravings Box is an abundant collection of Taco Bell favorites. The Chalupa, a beefy 5-layer burrito, plus chips and nacho cheese sauce and a medium drink. Watch your wildest cravings come true at participating U.S. locations for a limited time only. Drinks excludes freezes.
The playoff-bound Minnesota Wild take on the St. Louis Blues tonight at 8 on Minnesota Station for Hockey, FM 100.3, KFAN, The Fan.
What's happening, sports fans? Welcome to NFL and Vikings schedule release show. Nordo,
yeah.
What's up?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm great, man. I love today because it's basically not the start of the football season, but now you and I can start planning on when we can go to Green Bay, maybe, when we can possibly go to Las Vegas for the bye week. There's a lot of fun stuff, and when we can maybe see, I mean, we know the Vikings are going to play the Bears. We just know that. They're in the division.
We know that's going to happen.
We get to find out when we get to see our guy, right, Justin Fields, slay them for a few TDs.
And so early in the
Vikings
season, we know it's less likely.
Yes.
That's how that stuff works. Early in the season, rookie
right,
quarterback, maybe we'll see Andy Dalton. And so then if it's later in the year,
right,
that's infinitely more likely we see Justin
right,
Fields.
Yeah, you are correct.
I'm hoping for an early season game at Lambeau. Because
that'd
that
be
means
great.
Hotel room at in Appleton. That means go to the stadium, have fun, road trip. Maybe your dad's involved.
Yep.
Your brother, begrudgingly.
Yeah, but, you know.
And we have a blast.
It's the best.
Absolutely,
it would be really fun. So
it's amazing how the NFL has really set up the obsession and the cult-like following that we have fallen into, willingly, by the way.
Yeah.
No bloodletting, no human sacrificing, but they've figured it out even throughout the offseason, the various points of the calendar to suck us in and keep us captivated. The schedule is just another bit.
The schedule will be released by the Vikings at 6:45. We will have it at 6:45:10.
Ooh.
So we will have it. Most people are going at 7.
Okay.
My sources have told us we will be able to go with it in exactly 11 minutes from now.
So is that where Brett will come in with the gold envelope?
Yep. Hand it to me.
Oh, this is
where can you find us and where can you follow us other than right here on KFAN?
Yeah, first and foremost, big thanks to Pilot Games, whether it was the draft shows that you and I did, Saucy.
Which were great.
They kicked ass.
Yeah,
they always do every year. And then even tonight, it's brought to you by Pilot Games. When you play Pilot, your community wins, by the way. A lot of talk these days about gaming and supporting Minnesota charities. Well, Pilot Games supports hundreds of Minnesota charities. We love Pilot Games. And you can play Pilot today. Hashtag I support MN charities, whether it's Facebook, it's Twitter, I'm sure it's Periscope, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can just, if you want to, you can just go and stand outside the building and just kind of feel the energy that is emanating from the Bryant Heating and Cooling Studios.
And for those of you that are watching on all our social channels, your shirt screams what you and I are doing tonight.
Oh, yeah, rubidity.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's Rube Central, man. It's the best time. It used to be, I remember doing this show myself, and I would do the Viking schedule, and it was kind of ho-hum, and it was a week or two before the draft. That was 2015, the Johnny Manziel year. And I remember I had 2 guests on. It was the The old fullback that they had.
From the Vikings?
Yeah.
Jerome Felton?
I had Jerome Felton on, and I said, what would it be like to play with Johnny Manziel? And he gave me the classic answer.
Yeah.
But now it's literally a whole month. I mean, here we are. I think some of the week one, everyone knows we are going to play the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even the Vikings released that intel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the Monday, the beauty of the schedule too is at 3:00, the Packers play, and at 3:25, the Broncos play.
Oh.
And then Monday Night Football
Interesting.
is the Raiders.
Week one.
Correct. And but before we get into that, Barrero and Garzi did such a wonderful job of talking about the passing of Jerry Burns, who passed away today.
Terrible news today.
Terrible news at the age of 94. He was the offensive coordinator here, and I think I saw in the Vikings bit, he's the longest tenured employee or offensive coordinator in NFL history. He was the offensive coordinator from 68 to 85.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he was the head coach from 86 to 91.
He's also, I think, the last Vikings coach to win 2 playoff games.
I think you might be correct.
In a postseason.
Yeah,
and that may have been 87-ish.
Yeah, when they
went to the
49ers?
NFC title game.
Yeah, yep.
And they either beat Washington or lost to Washington. I forget what it was. Jerry Burns, I don't know, man. I mean, we're starting to get to the age now where, unfortunately, this type of news is coming up more often than it is. Jerry Burns, a beloved character. And I feel in some ways like I'm missing out. I can go on YouTube, I can follow the rants, and I can catch a piece of it. And he's been on these airwaves many, many times. But at the same time, when he was coaching the Vikings, 91 at the latest, I was 7 years old. So it's not like I really had an appreciation for Burnsy. I'd go to training camp in Mankato where I grew up.
Oh yeah.
And these players were mythical gods to me at the time. But I didn't know Burnsy. I didn't know the character. I didn't know the bits. And so just kind of getting to appreciate it. And Barrero had Tommy Kramer on. And then I'm sure many listening now were listening when he had Bud on starting at 6. So good stuff from Bump as always. And just super sad. At age 94, certainly a full life and a significant chapter of that was spent with the Vikings.
Yeah. When they had Coach Grant on, he basically said, at this age, I lost my good friend Sid, and then I just lost my good friend Jerry Burns.
Yeah.
He was born in 1927 and passed away today at the age of 94.
And by the way, in a similar, I think they're of similar age. I don't know exactly how old Bud is.
I think Bud might be a little bit older.
Bud is sharper than we are.
Yeah, well,
holy cats.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you.
Yeah. He was great with Barrero, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how, let's look it up.
Yeah, Bud Grant, he has to be, I'm going to say 93.
I think he's older than that. Oh, you are correct. Bud Grant is 93,
nice.
So he's younger than Jerry.
Hey, he turns 94 next week. Happy early birthday to Bud.
Yeah. So we'll have the schedule any minute, Nordo, but tell me, obviously we know the opponents. Is there any game that you're looking forward to that would be that you've kind of earmarked on the schedule, or what you think would be the schedule?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say I'm really excited that we only have to see Aaron Rodgers once, and that's when Denver comes here during the preseason. So that's one nice thing. We finally get Seattle at home.
How about that?
I'm curious.
I love that the Vikings tweeted that. Every year you and I have done this, or we talk about it on our Saturday show. It's like, oh, great. December 5th.
Yeah.
In stupid Seattle.
It's
on
a primetime game.
Correct.
It's the 12s, the whole thing. And so now, in fairness to my favorite football team, take advantage of that.
Yes.
Don't F it up, because the last time they were here in 2015, you get blown out like 38-7. And the only time you score is when you're down by 30 points and Cordero's high-stepping a kick return into the end zone, looking like a jackass.
Right.
And then, of course, the playoff game later that season didn't end the right way.
No, it did not.
So it's going to be in US Bank Stadium, and Goodell's making it sound like we're going to be 66,000 strong. So don't bleep it up, Vikings. Come on. So whenever that takes place, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited for it's the first game, obviously. Kickoff the first week one, Wales.
Yeah.
It's just Wales. whatever it is.
Super Bowl or bust week one.
Yeah, it's just great. Everybody's optimistic. Everybody's pumped. I'm pumped to see Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
That's going to be so cool.
It's going to be great. It's going to be really, really, really fun.
And we're going to have, you put Patrick Peterson on the rookie?
Yeah.
Or do you put him on Tyler Boyd?
I think you put him on
or
the
T.
rookie.
Higgins.
I think you put Dantzler on T. Higgins.
I like Joe Burrow.
So do I. I love Joe Burrow.
I'm going to play some on. Did you see the bit from Colin Cowherd a day or two ago? He was interviewing Justin Jefferson.
I was aware.
Basically, JJ's like, yeah, Burrow's got more swagger than Kirk.
Yeah, which whatever. I thought it was kind of weird.
It's his college QB. It's his boy.
But also, you're not on Colin Cowherd without Kirk Cousins.
No, that is correct.
I mean, now granted, if you don't go to us and all of a sudden you're a Packer, then you're probably hosting your own show because you're probably in the Super Bowl.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah, but we don't have to think about that. We know we're playing the Packers twice.
I wonder when Devontae Adams is going.
Wow. We'll see Jared Goff twice.
Yeah.
And depending on when we play them, like you said, with the Bear bit, and we'll have the schedule here in a few minutes. At some point, we're going to get the go ahead and we're going to get the
where's the envelope?
We're going to get it walked over here. But we might see Justin Fields, man. It's going to be sweet. I can't wait.
Well, I hate to, now I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like pre-draft, I would have been really pumped to have Justin Fields on this team. If he had been available at 14, the team was able to get him. Or if the steam is accurate, then maybe they tried to jump up a few spots and it just didn't come together in a trade to get Justin Fields. That would have been awesome. But now that he's on the Bears, I don't want him to succeed.
No, I don't either.
I don't want him to be good. I just want him to do what every other Ohio State quarterback has done in the last 30 years, and that's not perform well. So, but we are going to get to maybe see him at least once. There's usually some sort of late season Bears game. We usually play them week 15, 16, or 17, which is now week 18, which is odd too. Think about that. Another regular season game. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be, I can't wait. It's going to whale, man. It's going to absolutely whale.
My intel indicates that we have the opportunity to talk with a member of the Vikings during the 7 p.m. hour as well.
And your guy PA is going to join us at 7, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be with you here, courtesy of Pilot Games, whether it's via social media or it's on the flagship 100.3 FM, right up to pregame. Because it's wild at the Blues tonight. 2 games left. They're in the playoffs. We're crossing our fingers that Colorado beats the Kings twice, so we face Las Vegas. But it doesn't really matter because it's going to be a badass 7-game series with either the Avs or the Golden Knights, but 2 wild games left. So we're up until 7:45, and maybe Garrett Bradbury joins us around 7:20.
That'd be sweet. I'd like to talk to him. Talk to him about if he knows anything yet about Christian Darrisaw, if he's talked to him. Wyatt Davis. He's got a few, hopefully, new starters on his offensive line. Just about how maybe excited or not excited they are for an 18-week schedule. I forget Kirk. They have a stellar football team.
Man,
especially in Arizona. That game will be tough, but hey, it's May. But still, it'll be a fun game.
Oh wow! Look at this. I didn't have to wait long for it, Saucy. Week 3. September 26th, a 3:25 kickoff. The Vikings finally host the Seattle Seahawks.
Are you serious? It's not there.
No, it is actually here at US Bank Stadium.
That's awesome.
I have the official sheet right here.
The only bad part, 3:25, no Vikings overtime for you and I, but a revamped offensive line. There were rumors we still got a summer to go, but it will most likely be Russell Wilson at quarterback. They put they put a lot of pieces in that offensive line. Thank you.
That. Week 14. Here's our second primetime game. We are hosting Big Ben and the Steelers on December 9th.
Thursday night football?
No, that is the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
You're right. It's the Thursday night game.
Maybe Big Ben's last dance.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you.
All right, December 20th, at the Bears, Monday night.
So we go. So
wait a minute. The first time we play the Bears is week 15,
and we go Thursday night, mini
Mini bye.
Into Monday Night Football against the Justin Fields Bears.
You know what they say when you give Zimmer a couple extra days to prepare for a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, it could get greasy.
Could be a bloodbath. Bears will be favored in the game. Day after Christmas, the following Sunday, hosting the Rams. Hosting
Sweet.
Matthew Stafford.
Yep.
And the Rams, it's a nooner. All right, 2 games to go. Week 16. Now week 17. Packers, Sunday Night Football, Lambeau, January 2nd. That's going to be cold as hell. You still want to go?
Yeah,
I'm in.
Is Uncle Jeffrey driving?
I'll speak for him. I'll say yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, let's go. It'd be great.
All right, perfect. So that's week 17. So we're at Lambeau week 17, but because of the
the only game left is
the Bears.
So we played the Bears twice in 4 weeks?
That is correct, sir. Week 15 there, week 18 here. And that even because of the longer schedule, it stretches it out. January 9th is our final regular season game hosting the Bears.
Let's go. Let's go.
So there's some tough parts of this schedule.
Yeah, well,
but that's how it's going to play out.
That post-bye week run when you and I are coming off lane by the pool and they put out a few manatee signs by the pool when you and I are, get
Shane Company and ShaneCo.com. Open weekdays 10 till 8, Saturday 10 till 5, and Sunday noon till 5.
For the biggest savings of the year on new siding, go to buildersandremodelers.com. This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The NFL is unveiling the complete schedule for the upcoming season. Some of the highlights include the Vikings visiting the Bengals in Week 1. Minnesota gets a home game against Dallas on Halloween night. Meanwhile, Vikings owners Ziggy and Mark Wilf are in advanced talks to buy Major League Soccer's Orlando City team for more than $400 million. Baseball, the Twins visiting the White Sox this evening. Hockey, the Wild are in St. Louis battling the Blues. I'm Doug Thompson.
Staples Connect helps you protect your shipments and connect with customers with premium boxes and labels for every small business. Now buy 2, get 1 free on decorative shipping supplies. Plus get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Offer ends 5/29. Visit staples.com/shipping.
Welcome back. What's happening, sports fans? Vikings schedule release day. It's Nordo and I. Brett's over there in the other studio, and we're joined by the one and only, the voice of the Minnesota Vikings, Paul Allen.
Big thanks to Pilot Games for providing all of this. And PA, I don't know if you got the headband on. Okay, that's awesome. What do you think of the schedule, my friend?
Well, the way you guys laid it out as you went into break, with the games beginning against Dallas, you're absolutely right. Which means they need to go 5-0 or 6-1 up to the bye. Okay, I mean you're at Cincy. I mean just look at the first 5 where you can formulate the opinion beginning with you can't. Okay, you can't lose the season opener at Cincy. You just can't. Kirk Cousins with a lot of swag. Then after that, you can't go to Arizona and lose when Patrick Peterson goes against his former team. You just can't. Can't lose your home opener, Seattle. Can't lose to your former protege, Stefanski. Can't lose to Detroit, period. Then you're at Carolina. Coach knows what he's doing. I like their draft. So 5-1 or 6-0 into the bye is requested because you might lose 6 after the bye.
Man, you've been doing this way longer than Nordo and I have. That's one of the toughest runs I've seen. Cowboys Sunday Night Football at Ravens, at Chargers, and I get they're flying first class and I get they're staying at the Four Seasons. It's coast to coast with that bit. Then the Packers, then back to the West Coast for the Niners, and then back to Detroit for a game against the Lions. And then after that, the Steelers. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and the Steelers on a short week, at least it's at home. But Pittsburgh is going to be a super competitive team, pushing Stefanski right to the wire. Likewise, Baltimore to win that division. So that's almost guaranteed to be a super tough game. But I just can't stress it enough. And it's not the Pollyanna Allen in me coming out. It's fact that you can win all of your games up to the bye. And yes, you can beat Seattle at US Bank Stadium, where they will have hopefully tens of thousands of fans. The Arizona piece with Kyler and DeAndre, that's tough. But again, you can't go to Arizona with Patrick Peterson and lose. Now, Kingsbury's going to say, you can't let Patrick come in here and win. So that's going to be a hell of a game. The Stefanski game, holy cow. I mean, Kevin's best against Zimmer's best, if they're all healthy, that's fantastic. But that coast-to-coast bit that you brought up, Saucy, you're right, man. I remember back in 2003, Vikings started 6-0, and then they had a run where they went out to San Diego, lost to Flutie. Antonio Gates had his first NFL touchdown in that game, came home, went back to Oakland and lost to the Ratty Raiders. So that travel piece, it definitely it makes a difference.
Looking at this home opener, September 26th, PA, it's a combination of competing forces here. You're going to have potentially 66,000 crazy Vikings fans that haven't gotten to see their favorite team in person.
What? I can't. What? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Brilliant.
One.
And then you have Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Come on.
God, I love you guys.
How
come I'm never on Saturdays with Sauce anymore, man? That was as much fun during the week talking about Trent Williams every week as I've ever had in my life.
Well, that was back when we literally had nothing else to talk about. And you were kind enough to join us.
It was Saturday version of Stump the Snob, as in the sports snob.
Which, great, you meat-sauced it today in that game, but that's a whole different bit.
It certainly is.
Continue. Schedule.
Go Chris Strokes. At any rate, so Russell Wilson's coming in here, a team that starts fast, usually limps to the finish line. I can't wait for that being our home opener with fans, hopefully in mass back in the stadium. That's my favorite game on the schedule right now.
Yeah, I like that. You guys saw the preseason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and the Denver Broncos in the first preseason game. Are you kidding me? Against Peyton, Shermer, and Teddy? I mean, that could be awesome. Unbelievable. Mahomes at the end, I'm sure he's going to play a lot in that one. That Seattle game, man. I mean, when the Vikings have them at home, it's just so different than being out there, man. I mean, even with no fans last year, the supernatural with the Seahawks and the DK Metcalf, Cam Dantzler thing, stuff like that against Seattle just doesn't happen here. So, I mean, I don't care who's favored or whatever. People are going to be like, they're going to be favored in X amount of games. We don't care because we try to beat favorites, Nordo, Sauce, and I. But you can look at this. They can win every single game up to the bye. They should beat Dallas at home. Okay, I like Zimmer against Dak. And I like running. Now, see, they added Micah Parsons because they need some beef and they need some real strength, because the book on Dallas when they beat them on Sunday Night Football at AT&T Stadium was, and Stefanski was the coordinator, you run on them. You just pound on those linebackers and they will break and you will win. Might be a little different, but you can win that. Now, I mean, now we get at Baltimore, at Chargers. Green Bay's always losable. At Niners, next level, that's losable. Dan Campbell's going to have these guys still playing hard after that. Then Roethlisberger with the Supernatural at Soldier Field. Are you kidding me? McVay's squad is fresh at Lambeau. I mean, yeah, what you guys said into the break, man, it triggered me to think when we hook up that it needs to be 6-0 or 5-1 into the bye.
Yeah, but PA, by headband wearing faith here, okay? You're going to get to a stretch here later in the season, and I look at it in late November. This triggered when you said you like Zimmer against Dak. I like Zimmer against rookie quarterbacks. And November 28th, at Thanksgiving weekend, as we're finished giving thanks, he's going to have the opportunity potentially to face Trey Lance. And then twice in the span of 4 weeks, he has the potential of facing oh my God, Ohio State rookie Justin Fields at Chicago, and then here week 18. I like Zimmer against rookie quarterbacks, and under those pretenses, we might get to see 3 spots on the back end of a season in which maybe we're grinding for wins.
Bro, that's a fantastic take, and I love that, and I didn't think about it, and I'm going to go back earlier, okay? Just that whole bit you laid out with just a little bit of experience. Okay, if Burrow plays week 1 off the ACL, I like Zimmer in that spot. And, you got Jefferson and Cousins trying to show this swag. Okay, then you got Kyler. That's different, but that's Patrick Peterson. After that, Jared Goff not with McVay. Okay,
I
like Zimmer. I like Zimmer in that situation.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I like Zimmer against Darnold. I like Zimmer against Dak, but I like Dak. That's an elite take because they'll have fans, and with Nagy and Pace, what they did with Fields is by that time he will be playing. And they'll beat up Stafford, and if Daniil's on the team, he'll get 5 sacks in that Rams game. Then you get Fields again. Elite take.
PA, in all seriousness, let's say that the number 12 is not the quarterback of the green and gold. How much, in your opinion, does this schedule change?
I don't know how it would change.
Well, if he goes
to the Niners, I guess we'd be playing him.
But no, I guess what I'm trying to say is then
you want to start that whole sentence again?
Yeah, let me try it again.
3, 2.
What I'm saying is, if Aaron Rodgers isn't in the division,
we win the division.
Correct.
Okay?
And
the Vikings can win the division even if Juicy A-Rod is on that team, because that thing is so fractured and broken. I almost want him to be on the team so he and Goody can be around each other every day, just hating on each other.
Yeah.
I just want to verify one thing. October 3rd.
What was the question?
No, the question was basically there's a lot of pressure on this team, right? Obviously. But if you take the best player in the division off that team, then, 11-6 can get you in. 10-7 can get you in.
You're not taking Dalvin Cook off the Minnesota Vikings.
Well played.
So if you're going to say best player in the division off a team, Dalvin's going to be on this team, Paul.
How excited are you to see Stefanski at US Bank Stadium for a nooner week 4? You come back, we're 3-0 after beating Russell Wilson, and then you just get to give big hugs to Stefanski. Everyone's vaccinated and happy, and then maybe try to put an L on the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your guys' favorite game on the schedule is. That's mine. It's not even close. Second might be at next level. I mean, because by that time, Rodgers will have settled in with Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. So they're going to be a force. Man, but that Stefanski game, I ain't kidding you. I mean, whatever plays he has that he loves and he knows he can pick on somebody, it's going to be all game. Conversely, Zimmer is going to put more time into Brown's film than he probably has since he just watched Jim Brown for fun.
Hey, a couple more. It's PA virtually, thanks to Pilot Games, looking at the 2021 Minnesota Vikings schedule. And, just looking at it, the 10,000-foot view of it without analyzing the games, I'm just looking at this and I see 17 games and I see 3 preseason games. It's kind of weird. It's different. I knew it was going to happen. We heard about the addition of the Chargers bit and getting to see Herbert out west. But it is just weird now thinking when we would used to do the schedule predictions, it's like 10-6, that's a cinch. But now there's the 17th game, just kind of looking at how it lays out. We have 18 weeks to this season, PA. It's just weird, and we'll have to get used to it.
Yeah, speaking for Bursich, Lieber, and Coleman, speaking for Bursich or myself, it sucks because we get paid separately for preseason games by the Vikings Entertainment Network. So that's one opportunity that is taken away for this Bears game against Fields at US Bank Stadium, where we just get paid the same rate during the season. So thanks a lot, Commissioner.
I don't know what that means. I'm afraid to ask a question.
Why?
You can ask. You can ask anything you want.
Like we talked about earlier, and you said it when you thought your second favorite game on this schedule was against the Niners. That's my favorite game because I'm convinced Trey Lance will be the quarterback, and the Niners are always good, and they're always a fun team to play.
Yeah, I don't like Trey to be the quarterback for the Niners, maybe all season. Now I know where they took him. They do have Garoppolo, and they will go to battle with Garoppolo. And the way Shanahan operates with this team, he's not going to wait a month and a half for a quarterback from FCS to figure it out. So honestly, I don't like Trey to play the entire year. So with that said, still going out there and playing them with that running game and use check that the freaky fullback. I mean, that's tough, man. Like I said, after the bye, they could lose a fair amount there. So you got to get after a man early when the getting is good.
With the 18 weeks, do you like the week 7 bye week?
Little early. But you do get that 11-day break between Pittsburgh and at Soldier Field Monday night.
Yeah.
A little early. It's okay.
Does the 3 home games in a row prior to the bye week make you stomach that hellish schedule after the bye at all? I mean, anytime you get the good, you have to take the bad with it. And in some ways, as you mentioned, the have to beat Burrow, the have to beat Kyler, the have to handle business on the front end of it. The result of that positive momentum, in some ways, from my standpoint, I like that heading into a hellish schedule. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I know this matters to all of us, but Nordo, we're all at the home games, all right? Sauce wasn't at the home games last year because of COVID. But I mean, from a fan standpoint, when we tee it up against Seattle, how many fans would you predict are in US Bank Stadium?
I will predict in excess of 50,000, if not near full capacity.
Damn, what about you, Sauce?
I predict it'll be full capacity.
Okay, well, there we go. Because they're going to be so excited to be back. I mean, it's going to be nasty and raucous every game. I mean, I just can't wait for that. So now we have Zimmer. Let's even though there were some bad players on defense last year and injuries and everything, let's not forget when Zimmer has his full complement and a crowd. Good luck with that on 3rd and 6, boys.
My last question for you. Do you predict that they will be climbing into the Vox box trying to hug us all?
Well, if they lose to Stefanski, then I might be falling out of the Vox box. Just like, oh my God, why did that happen? But they should make the playoffs this year. And, this all joking aside, I don't like this Green Bay thing with Rodgers. Where Aaron plays incredibly well with that chip on his shoulder. He needs that motivation. He's just one of those guys. This one has gone far. So yeah, I make Green Bay favored to win the division, but the Vikings should be very good this year if they can handle that second part after the bye.
Thank you, PA. You're the best.
Yep. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That's
man.
the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen. We come back, Nordo?
Yeah.
Are we talking to?
I think we're going to be talking to Minnesota Vikings center Garrett Bradbury.
Sweet.
His thoughts on the schedule entering the 3rd year of his career. Maybe we can ask him about those fresh linemen that'll be competing for spots in the mix and just see what number 56's takes on life are.
Sweet.
Yeah, thanks to Pilot Games for providing this special schedule release show. And, of course, play Pilot Games. You support hundreds of Minnesota charities. Pilot Games. Hashtag I support MN charities.
We'll be back right after this.
KFAN.
KFAN. Total Traffic.
Now from the holidays.
Watch your wildest cravings come true at participating U.S. locations for a limited time only. Drinks excludes freezes.
Need an easy $50,000 for your home this spring? Create the correct home project wish list, and you could win $50,000 towards your dream project. Plus, you'll be entered for a runner-up prize of $1,200 just for playing. Brought to you by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union and Minnesota Rusco. Go to KFAN.com, keyword spring to enter.
Hey, it's Guardsy. A hanging basket for a Mother's Day gift. All kinds of flowers for the front garden at our house. Vegetables for the garden out back. And a sign for Mother's Day as well. That's what my wife picked up on our most recent trip to Donahue's Greenhouse in Faribault. We go every single year. My wife makes the trip multiple times. The Donahue family's been doing this for almost 50 years. They know exactly what they're doing. They're pros. A spectacular 25,000 square foot greenhouse is waiting for you down there. It has something for everyone. For directions and store hours, visit Donahue'sGreenhouse.com.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Well,
There it is. 53 ball.
Paint and Primer in One offers exceptional hide and fade resistance for a beautiful color that lasts. Its advanced all-weather formula protects the painted surface from the harshest of weather conditions. Save 11% on Dutch Boy Forever exterior paint. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through May 15th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Arnold Palmer designed 2,700 holes. 18 have been chosen for the King's Dream 18. One of them is the dramatic 17th hole at Deacon's Lodge at Breezy Point. You're going to want to play it. Book your tee time at breezypointresort.com.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying.
Mm-hmm.
She says her gums are irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you can do? You can try new Crest Advanced Gum Restore. It detoxifies below the gum line to restore your gums back to health in just 7 days.
Tonight at 10 on WCCO-TV. Kayaking in the middle of Minneapolis.
There are great sections to paddle, a kayak or canoe.
It's kind of an undiscovered gem. From wildlife to architecture, this creek has it all. A 12-mile urban adventure full of surprises.
Otters, eagles, geese, deer, the amount of nature that you encounter, it's just very peaceful.
Go with the flow and watch Finding Minnesota tonight at 10, followed by Chris Schaefer's latest forecast on WCCO-TV.
Let the speculation begin.
Sit down and talk about where we're at with salary cap, where we're at with players, the age of players, who we feel like are going to be core players for us in the future, and then make all those decisions.
Minnesota's home for the best Vikings coverage this offseason is FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back. What's happening, sports fans? Minnesota Vikings schedule release show, and we are joined by the one and only Garrett Bradbury, center for your Minnesota Vikings. Garrett Bradbury, it's Paul Lambert and Eric Nordquist. How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Let me ask you this question. Us fans get pumped about the schedule, and with the way the world works with Twitter and social media, some of this stuff kind of leaks out early, and and they tweet week one. Do you guys get as excited as we do about seeing the schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to see really who your week one opponent is, who you're going to be playing first. And then after that, it's just fun for really my parents so they can start booking flights and hotels. But it's fun. It's fun to send it to the family and see who's going to come where and watch us play. So it's a lot of fun.
Now, as you look at the schedule, this is Eric Nordquist. Nice to meet you, Garrett, and thanks for giving us time this evening.
Absolutely.
As you look at the schedule, I'm going to start off with this. This is the easy one. The 17th regular season game, as you enter your third NFL season, one preseason game has become now a road game at the LA Chargers. What do you think about how they've kind of retooled the preseason, added an extra game that counts for this NFL campaign?
It'll be interesting. I've played more than 17 games. Rookie year, we had 2 playoff games. And it'll just be interesting to see how the coaches handle preseason and what it's going to look like. But, I mean, it's just another opportunity. Going to LA will be fun. I can't wait to see that stadium. But, I think it'll be interesting to see how the league handles it. I think it'll be great for ratings and fans. And so here we are. Let's do it.
How do you weigh this? When I look at this schedule, for instance, prior to the bye, so the week 7 bye, you got 3 straight home games, and they're not gimmies by any means. I mean, no game is a gimme, but you got
Absolutely
the Seahawks
not.
in town, you got Stefanski's Browns in town, so that'll be cool. Hug Kevin and then try and beat his team, and then you got the Lions with Jared Goff in the mix. So how do you weigh it from the standpoint? It's like, wow, that's awesome. We got 3 straight home games, knowing that after the bye, the result of that is that you're going to have a stretch here where 4 out of your first 6 after the bye are on the road. So do you love all the home games or do you hate all the road games?
I think without COVID, road games are absolutely awesome because you kind of get to go to the new city, hopefully without COVID, you get to go try like a restaurant with some of your teammates and hang out, see a new stadium, a new fan base. But with COVID, I'd much rather have home games, obviously, and see our fans and all that. But I don't really look at it in terms of like what kind of like that 4-game stretch or that 5-game stretch. Like you said, it's not, nothing's a gimme, nothing's easy to win in the NFL. So I learned that the first 2 years that, I mean, winning in the NFL, no matter who it is hard and it's rewarding and it doesn't come easy. So it's kind of coaches talk, but you do have to take it 1 week at a time.
A couple of weeks ago was the NFL draft, and we saw the Minnesota Vikings add a left tackle and a guard. When you see stuff like that come off the board, some of the guys will say that the draft isn't that fun because basically there could be guys taken that play your position. But when you see a left tackle after you guys lost Riley Reef and you see then a guard come off the board, what does that do for you if you're watching it at home or when you hear about that news?
I love it. I think you get to add some potentially really good young players to the room, and they're going to come in and they're going to work their butts off. And it's just, I think it's exciting. Obviously it shows that the Vikings front office is wanting to add to the offensive line and improve that. So you kind of take that to heart and do what you can to go out there on Sundays and play the best you can as a unit.
We are talking to